Okay, it's part two of Caitlin's story. Right now, Caitlin's going to share the interview, or no, a letter that you wrote to the DA based on your interview that you had with her. I guess last week or few days ago.
Yeah, like 3 days ago.
And so let's read that letter. What
Okay.
tell us?
So I went to her for help.
Okay.
I'm going to preface this. I went to her for help because I did not feel like the detective was taking my story seriously,
Okay.
and he wasn't taking the allegation seriously. So
Mm-hmm.
even with all the evidence, I felt like I have a lot of evidence against him in regards to this situation that he did strangle me, and so I took it further to another detective, to a lieutenant, and to an ADA in High Point. Um, I got an email from the ADA saying that she would like to meet with me. At that point, I kind of figured that they were going to press charges, but she said that they would meet with me. And when I arrived at the meeting, they said that I was welcome to ask any questions. Um,
So that's the assistant
the
district
assistant
attorney.
district attorney
Gotcha. In High Point.
in High Point.
Okay.
So I was told that I could ask any questions, and when I did, I was attacked on a personal level, and so that kind of spurred me to write a letter that I'll share with you.
Okay. And another thing I want to let everybody know is that you did a protection order,
Yes.
which was granted.
Yes.
But the situation is that he never was charged and he never was arrested or wasn't even talked to. I mean, in any type of way
No.
about the strangulation that occurred
Correct.
a few months ago. So I think that's why it was important for you to talk with the ADA or assistant the district assistant or the
District attorney.
thank you
Mhm.
for that. And so now you're going to actually read the letter that you wrote, and I'm looking forward to listening.
Okay.
Sure.
So it said. When we initially started the meeting, I came in knowing that it was highly likely that you wouldn't be pressing charges. That came as no surprise. What I couldn't guess, however, would happen was that I would leave there feeling extremely attacked and broken down. You told me that I sounded like I was a vindictive person. You said I was going after his job. You said that all you saw was a woman who was turning on and off her tears. You said you saw domestic violence on both sides. And all of that felt like it was an attack on my character and on me. You made a lot of personally targeted statements, and I left there feeling re victimized and violated. 4 years I lived in an abusive household. 4 years I lived with an abusive man, and 4 years I lived in fear for my life. When you said that abuse is more than just physical, you're correct. I dealt with psychological, emotional, mental, and physical abuse on a daily basis. He tried to drown me and then got a gun and threatened me and my unborn child. He isolated me and took my car and phone. He threatened me, stating that if I left him, he would kill me. On a daily basis, he tore me down as a person. He was mean and cruel and abusive on every level that one can be. And unless you've been in that situation and had your life almost taken twice, I don't think that making a judgment call on who I am as a person is okay.
Mm.
I came to you for help, and I found myself defending myself yet again, and I felt bullied. You already knew that you weren't taking out the charges. The assassination of my character made me leave there feeling violated again. If you didn't believe my explanation of what occurred, that's okay. I was told that I could ask questions, and when I did, I felt besieged due to the verbal aggressive manner in which you express your feelings about me in regards to my strangulation. You said that you were on the side of justice. It didn't feel that way. You said you didn't care about him being a fireman, and then asked me if I wanted him to lose his job so he couldn't provide for his child. He didn't care about his job when he attacked me. You also said that you saw domestic violence on both sides, and I stated that I'd never put my hands on him. And you said domestic violence is more than just physical. I'm aware of that. Even if you heard me yelling and you think that that is verbal abuse, it does not negate or outweigh his attack on me. You took your verbal finger and pointed at me. It disregarded the reason we were there. Me asking questions seemed to initiate you coming at me that way, and I am said when I said that I was standing up for myself so that my daughter could see that I had done so, you brushed that aside, saying she's 3 and wouldn't know that her dad was arrested. It isn't about that at all. That is very short-sighted. It's also dismissive of my reasonings. My reasonings are well-grounded. It's important to me that as she grows, that she knows that I stood up for myself. And not only did I stand up for myself, but justice was served. My tears coming and going were because my emotions were going from sadness to disbelief and then to anger at the way I was being treated and the way I was being talked to. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're doing very well. Doing very
You
well.
making pointed personal statements was incredibly invalidating. We were not in court, and nor were we prepping for a trial. I'm writing this to explain my feelings of that meeting. I want you to be aware of how your statements to someone who's already been a victim come across. I don't want anyone who's been in a domestic violence situation leaving that office feeling the way I did. Not ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not asking you to side with me or anyone else. All I'm asking is for you to have compassion and to be kind to them. Possibly try to be understanding. I felt none of those things. I was sad knowing that you were not going to pursue charges, but your treatment of me was completely heartbreaking. I wrote that letter because if that's my treatment, I can't imagine how many other women who were just seeking justice and just seeking what is rightfully deserved to their attacker. I can't imagine how they felt or have felt or are potentially going to feel being in this situation. I don't want anyone to feel that broken down. And I told them when they asked me why was I there and why was I pushing for felony charges, I told them because I wanted him to face up to what he had done. And when they called me vindictive, I said I'm not vindictive. It took me a lot of therapy to get me into the position where I would even press charges and actually sit there and just talk to them about my situation. The invalidation and the mistreatment was brutal. And I'm just hoping that at least a little compassion for victims comes out of this, that they realize that not only were we victims, but they are re-victimizing us by blaming us and by attacking us as people. It doesn't matter who I am. It doesn't matter who any of us are as people. We do not deserve to have been attacked and abused and violated by anyone.
Do you think his job and the work that he do, you said he was a fireman.
He is a fireman for the
city. Do you think that has a lot to do with why you was treated this way?
Absolutely. I absolutely do. When she said that you're going after his job for, you just want him fired. If I wanted him fired, I could have gotten him fired that night. It is absolutely he is getting a pass because of the job he does, and it is not okay, because if he's getting a pass, then who else has gotten a pass, or who is going to get a pass? His chief knows, his captain knows. He was at work the very next day after this happened. I called one of the head chiefs of the city, and he said there's nothing that they can do. And I told him, I'm not after anybody's job. I just want cooperation with the detectives, because I know that it was talked about on shift, that my abuser talked to his chief and his captain on shift about our situation, and yet he is still to this day working. And not only that, but he was moved to one of the top firehouses in the city and basically got promoted. So yeah, I absolutely do think it has to do with his job.
All right. You said a lot today, and you've helped a lot of people, especially women who are going through the same situation that you're going through. You're brave. You're intelligent. You're beautiful. You shouldn't be treated any kind of way. And this, inside the Purple Door house, is where, well, inside the Purple Door is where we get to release all of that so that we can come back and be who we need to be. The fight is not over because you had to go take out some charges. And that happened, I guess, a few days ago as well, because that's
happened
when.
the day that I met with the DA.
Okay.
The DA would not take out misdemeanor charges. I was told by the DA they had enough to arrest, but that after viewing the case, they did not have enough, that she wouldn't have pushed for felony charges, and that they would have pled him down to a misdemeanor. So I could go ahead and take out misdemeanor charges if I wanted to, and so I did, because I mean, I
Something
want justice, and
is
something
better
needs to be done.
than nothing.
He's a risk. I'm scared. If I was going after his job, I would have had him fired, except for the fact that if he loses his job, he's already tried to kill me twice. He will have nothing left. He will have nothing left and no reason to not come after me again. That's why I moved us into a place that he does not know where we are located.
Okay, good for you.
We are only allowed to speak over a court-ordered app, so that he cannot speak to me directly. There are a lot
Okay.
of safety things that I've had to put into place, in order to keep me safe, but also my daughter.
Right. So with the protection order that you have,
Yes,
you're taking it seriously.
absolutely.
You're not trying to meet him in a dark place or in a
No.
place or whatever that, you're not grabbing your phone and picking it up and trying to talk to him on the phone or delivering text messages.
No.
You're doing it the right way.
Correct.
Keep doing it the right way. We have more information to share about domestic violence. Go to the sdjfnc.org website and learn about our resources that we have available for domestic violence victims in this area. Make sure you contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline. That number will be actually on our website, and we also have resources for Gifford County. I want to say today, I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you allowing your story to be told and to be heard, because it's time. Anybody out there that would like to get in touch with Caitlin, please contact the Deshree Denise Jackson Foundation for the Prevention of Domestic Violence, and we will make sure that she gets to share her story, because we know that domestic violence is a situation, and it's also a situation that kills.
It is.
And we're trying to protect those, and we're trying to protect you as well, because we love you. All right, thank you so much. This is Portia Shipman, and I am behind the scene taping this beautiful lady who just shared her story with us, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
for taking
you.
your time.
You're welcome, honey.